Hi guys, today we're going to do a really fun project. We're making adjustable bangle bracelets. I know you guys have seen these. They are super popular. They are literally everywhere. I'm going to show you just how easy it is to make these for yourself. We're going to be using the 3D bracelet jig. If you've never used the 3D bracelet jig before, I'm going to show you just how easy it is to use this tool. And we're also going to be featuring some Jesse James beads that are in the Magical Mystery Box for July. Absolutely beautiful stuff. It's going to be a fun project. You can pick up everything you need to create today's project on jessijamesbeads.com. Stick around for the project. For today's project, we are creating these really fun and very popular adjustable bangle bracelets. These bracelets are awesome because it will expand to go over your hand. Once you get it on your wrist, it will pop back down into place. You can also squeeze it to tighten it up if you need a smaller bracelet. It's got a nice section here where you can add lots of your Jesse James beads or your charms that you got from Jesse James beads, as well as the outer portion that you can add beads to, or you could knot on it with some cord, hemp, leather, whatever you wanted to do to it. So there's a lot of options with the adjustable bangle bracelet. Now, to create our bracelet, we're going to be using the 3D bracelet jig. This is a jig on the round, which gives you the opportunity to make bangle bracelets and curved components. You can purchase this on Jesse James Beads if you are interested in having this really fun tool. It comes with 20 pegs and 20 stoppers. The pegs fit in all of the holes. You don't have to buy these separately. They come with the jig and they fit in all of the holes. Except for this project, we're only going to need 2. So you don't need all 20 of those. We just need 2. We're going to take the first peg and we're going to place it in that top row of holes that's closest to the outer edge. And then we're going to come to the inside and we're going to place one of the stoppers on the back of that peg, just securing it in place. Okay, so we're going to take the second peg, we're going to come down 1 row and we're going to count over 4 and place our second peg in the jig. Go to the inside, add your stopper, and now you've got your pegs ready to go to create your bracelet. We're using 16 gauge wire for this. This is artistic wire in tarnish resistant silver. You can also use the gold color or any of the colors that you want. I do recommend the 16 gauge or thicker for this kind of project. You can pick this up on Jesse James Beads as well. We're going to take the end of that wire and we are going to find that first peg on our jig and we're going to go back 2 holes, place the end of that wire about 1 inch down and bend that wire just so that our wire now lays nicely along the surface of the jig. Okay, now we want this wire to go underneath that first peg and then we're going to turn a loop, and I like to turn the entire jig to do that. Okay, and now we're going to guide the wire all the way around the jig, just pushing down and holding with my fingers as I go. We're going underneath the first peg and the wire that we started, and then we're coming up to the second peg. We're going to go across the top of that peg and turn a loop. Okay, so now the wire is secure on the jig. We're going to come in with our cutter tool and trim off our tail just to get that out of the way. And now we're ready to release the bracelet from the jig. So I like to come in and cut off that little bit of wire that was holding our wire onto the jig. And then I like to come to that second peg and pull the stopper and pull the peg, and that will release our wire from the jig. Okay, and now you can just set your jig to the side. All right, so now we've got 2 loops on the end of our wire. They're both going in opposite directions, and we do have these tails that we need to cut off. But not only do we need to cut the tail off, we need to cut our loop and create more of a hook shape. So you want to come in with your cutter tool and trim off a little bit of that hoop so that now you've got a nice hook shape. Okay, you want to do the same thing on the other side. Come in with your cutter tool, trim part of your loop so that now you've got a nice hook shape on the other side as well. All right, now you'll notice that your bracelet is huge. This is not going to fit your average person. So what we need to do is we need to shrink this down into bracelet size. In order to do that, you need something round, whether it's a glass or a bottle or a bracelet mandrel, anything that you've got that's round, to create a smaller shape. I've got a piece of nylon that's round. Any shape will do, or I'm sorry, any size will do. You just want smaller than what you've got. You want to lay that wire on the surface of whatever round object you're using, and then you just want to guide that wire, pushing the wire up to the surface of whatever mandrel you are using, and you just want to push. Can run your fingers across it just to kind of help create that shape, and then when you release it, you've got a smaller, regular sized bangle here. Okay, and now we want to deal with the two hooks on either end. We want our hooks to be facing the inside, so when you pull your two pieces apart, you want one of your hooks facing the wire and the other one facing the wire as well. Okay, so they're facing towards the inside. We're going to come in with our bent chain nose pliers, and we're going to grab one of our hooks in the pliers. So we've grabbed that in the jaw of the pliers, and now we're just going to bend that 90 degrees. Okay, that's going to create a nice bend in the wire, and it is going to help us hook that wire that's on the bottom. Okay, same thing on the other one. We're going to come grab that hook shape between the pliers and then bend 90 degrees. Okay, and so now both sides will hook on to the wire that is directly underneath it. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to close those rings up. So I'm just going to come in with my chain nose pliers, and I'm going to very gently squeeze one of those loops, or our hook. I'm going to squeeze it shut, just very, very gently. Okay. And I'm going to come over to the other one, make sure that I have hooked the wire into it. And then I'm also going to use my pliers to close this one as well. Now, if you have charms that do not have jump rings, you may want to go ahead and slide those on before you close your second loop. But we're actually going to add jump rings to ours, so we don't have to worry. We can go ahead and close our bracelet up. All right, so now we have our bracelet ready to go, except that I do want to clean it up just a little bit. So I'm going to use my pliers to manipulate the wire and double check to make sure I've got the shape that I want out of my bracelet. Okay, and now I'm going to use my bracelet bending pliers, and I'm going to work the pliers around the surface of the bangle bracelet just to kind of work harden and to ensure that I have a nice round shape. You can get these pliers on Jessie James beads as well. They are great to have. I use these for a lot of different things when I need a nice curve in my wire. It's much easier to use these pliers than it is to try to freehand it. So you also want to go across the double wire section of your bracelet with your pliers, making sure that that whole bangle bracelet is the right shape. All right, so now we have our bracelet ready to go. We're ready to add some dangles to this. We're going to be using some of the beautiful beads and charms that were included in Jessie James Beads Magical Mystery Box for July. The theme for July was the Circle of Life, so there were a lot of jungle, Lion King themed beads and charms included in this box, and we're going to add them to our bracelet. This is a beautiful acrylic charm that says remember who you are. This comes in the project pack that is included in your Magical Mystery Box. There is also a beautiful Hakuna Matata charm and some leather from Leather Cord USA included in this as well. So you've got enough to make 2 different projects. We're going to use ours on our adjustable bangle bracelet. So if you haven't already, go ahead and take the protective film off of the top of your charm. And we're going to add a 6mm jump ring to this so that it is ready to go. We're going to open up our 6mm jump ring and thread that through the hole on the top of our charm. And let's go ahead and add this to our bangle bracelet and then close that up, closing our jump ring. And now we've got the first beautiful charm added to our bracelet. All right, but let's not stop there. We've got more Jesse James beads to play with, so let's add some beautiful things in addition to this. One of the packs that was included in the Magical Mystery Box was these beautiful tassels. And let's see, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I believe there are 10 tassels here. They're really, really beautiful. I pulled out one of the black and kind of silvery gray color tassel. Let's add this to our charm bracelet as well. So you'll notice this already has a jump ring at the top of it, but we're going to go ahead and add an additional 6mm jump ring to this. So I'm just going to open that up, thread our tassel on, and then we're going to go ahead and add that to our bracelet as well. Now, Jesse James Beads has a ton of beautiful tassels, so you could use any of the beautiful tassels that you have gotten from Jesse James Beads. You could also add some of the beautiful little flower tassels, and yeah, a lot of options here. You can add literally anything that you want to your adjustable bangle bracelet. Now I want to add some actual beads to this, so I'm going to use one of these beautiful lampwork beads that also came in the Magical Mystery Box. This came in the double-tiered Design Elements pack that has tons of beads that are that beautiful jungly color, lots of ambers and golds and browns and black and white, just all jungle feel. Really, really beautiful stuff. So this is one of the lampwork beads that I picked. It does have a little bit of a larger hole on either side, so we're going to add some Swarovski bicones to this. We're going to add one on the top and one on the bottom just so that it will stay on our head pin. You've got a cute assortment of Swarovski crystals in this mix, or in this box as well. This is the Serengeti featuring Swarovski beads mini mix, and there are a ton of Swarovski bicones that are beautiful as always, and then some of your check glass beads here on that bottom tier. Really beautiful. Everything works really beautifully together. We're going to take one of the bicones and we're going to thread that onto a head pin, and then we're going to thread on this beautiful lampwork bead and another one of the bicones at the top. Okay, and we're going to create a wrapped loop, so I'm going to come in with my chain nose pliers. I'm going to grab that wire directly above the bead, and I'm going to bend that wire 90 degrees. Now I'm going to come in with my round nose pliers, grabbing that wire so that it is running between the barrel of the pliers. We're going to go up and over the top barrel of the pliers. I'm going to adjust my grip so that I can go ahead and guide that wire all the way around to create our loop. I'm going to place that back on the pliers, and I'm going to switch hands, holding this in my non-dominant hand, and now I'm going to take my right hand and my chain nose pliers, and I'm going to take that tail and I'm going to wrap it around the straight section of wire about 4 times. Once you have that wrapped, you can take it off of the pliers. Then you want to come in with your cutter tool and trim off your tail. And now this is ready to add. We're going to add a 6mm jump ring to the top of this. And we are going to thread that on, and we're going to add this to our bracelet. Closing that back. So now we've got some beautiful things going on. I want to add one more thing to this. You can really go crazy with this, adding all of your beautiful Jesse James beads to this though. I'm going to add one more. Included in the Magical Mystery Box for July, there were these beautiful heart-shaped beads that have a paw print on them. There's a little package that has lots of different little metal beads and charms. There are some elephant charms, there's some flowers, there's some spacers, just really, really beautiful things. And one of the things that was included was this awesome heart-shaped bead with a paw print. There's actually 2 of these, so you could make earrings out of these if you wanted to. I'm going to thread this onto a head pin, but first I'm going to use another one of those 4mm bicones that was also included. I'm going to thread that on, I'm going to thread on my paw print, and then I'm going to thread on another one of the bicones just to add an extra pop of color to this. So we're going to create another wrapped loop. We're going to grab that wire right above the beads, bend that wire 90 degrees. We're coming in with the round nose pliers. We're going up and over. So we're grabbing that wire that's running between the barrel of the pliers. Now we're going up and over that top barrel of the pliers, adjusting our grip, guiding that wire on around. I'm going to switch hands. And now I'm going to wrap about 4 times. I'm going to take that off of the pliers. I'm going to come in with my cutter tool and trim off the tail. And we are ready to add a jump ring to this as well. So I've got a 6mm jump ring just like the others. I'm going to open this up and I'm going to thread on my dangle, and then I'm going to add it to my charm bracelet. Close that jump ring. Ta-da! Now we have a beautiful adjustable bangle bracelet using the 3D bracelet jig and these beautiful beads and charms from the Magical Mystery Box for July. That was the Circle of Life theme. Absolutely beautiful. Really, really love it. And everything that you need to create this project is available on jessiejamesbeads.com. If you haven't gotten your July box, it will be available for purchase, so definitely go and check that out. There are tons of beads in this mix. Any of your Jessie James beads would look beautiful on this adjustable bracelet. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. I hope you have enjoyed today's project. Check out jessiejamesbeads.com to pick up everything you need to recreate today's project, and come back here for another project soon. Bye guys.